Wow, an entire year. Hard to believe. In fact, I almost would have missed it had it not been for my friend, Random1, reminding me. Still not sure how he remembers this stuff. Anywho, I thought I'd go over what made me want to start a channel in the first place and some of the behind the scenes stuff that might sound interesting. So without further ado, let's get in. For quite a while, I had wanted to start a channel where I would review games. The idea behind it would have been something similar to Plugged In and commonsensemedia.com, where they had reviews for games that talked about how appropriate the content was, rather than just talk about gameplay. But personally, I thought it would be better if there was a video to go along with it, and reviewed from someone who does in-game stuff, not just play through the story and write something about it as quick as possible. But to be honest, I really didn't watch a lot of YouTube back then, and what I did watch was mainly how-to videos for whatever project I was working on at the time. So I really didn't have any motivation to start a channel. It was more of a fantasy than anything else, really. Then one day, Random messaged me. I had just moved at the time and unpacked my computer not but a few days before. I think. It was a while ago, after all. Anyways, getting off subject again, he invited me to play Minecraft. I wasn't really doing anything at the time, so of course I accepted. Little did I know what I was getting myself into. After a while, he sent me the realm key and started a VC. And as soon as we hopped in the VC, there was so much noise. Now, I'm not talking about background noise like dogs barking and static or anything like that. No. I mean, there were other people in there with us. And come to think of it, looking back, I'm not sure how I didn't notice it was a group call when I picked up, but I didn't. I don't know, whatever. His friend, Apex Blacksmith, and some of his siblings were there too. Well, technically his siblings were on the realm and just be heard in the background of his mic, but you get the idea. Now, I kind of went over this bit in our MCC application video, which you can check out here, but I'll explain it again. I had no idea who was who, and it was complete chaos. Random was the only person I knew at the time, and I was terrible at remembering names. And do you know how much harder it is to remember someone's name when you can't tell who's talking? Because, yeah, there's no mic above the Minecraft thing because we're in a Discord. I was in the call for no longer than maybe 10 to 15 minutes when Apex asked me if he wanted to join the team they were putting together. Random told him to let me get acclimated to everyone first, which was definitely needed. Thank you, by the way. But I was curious, and so I asked, what team? He explained that him, Random, and Mag, which is short for Sugar Magnolia, were making an MCC team and were going to try and get into the competition when the new season started. Now, like I said before, I didn't watch YouTube much of the time, and I had no idea what MCC was or how insanely big it could get. But I unknowingly agreed anyway. Spoiler alert, we didn't get in, which probably had to do with only one of our 4 members having a channel, which at the time only had 8 subscribers, I think. So subscribe to improve our chances of getting into MCC next year. Hey, that was a pretty good plug. Good job, me. Over the coming months, I was sent videos of previous MCC competitions to watch. And now that I think about it, that's probably what started my YouTube addiction. But whatever, it was totally worth it. We would talk about strategy, practice PvP, and work on speed bridging. So much speed bridging. We also recreated some of the games. And by we, I mean mostly, if not 98%, Apex. He worked mainly on Sands of Time, which, okay, it isn't finished yet, but he said that's around 70% done, and that he's got the hard part out of the way. But at the same time, he also had 2 battle box arenas and a fraction of to get to the other side as well that he was building. Random worked on Parkour Tag, which, come to think of it, I haven't seen, but he was always talking about how he's working on it and taking screenshots of the map, so I'm sure he put quite a bit of time into it. And I practiced speed bridging. Now, I know you're already asking, but what does this have to do with starting your channel? Well, hold on just 1 second. I'm at that part now. One Mississippi. You see, one day Apex said, and I quote, to the best of my less than perfect memory, guys, if we get into MCC, we totally have to stream it. And that was it. I decided to make my channel. Now, at the time, I had an old computer that ran, well, let me just show you. Yeah, so here it is, and here's my cat, Dida. And I'm not even sure if it turns on. I plugged it in. Oh, it's gonna, okay. I don't think it's gonna turn on. Oh, there's the light. It is turning on. And yeah, just in case you're wondering, this happened like every time I turned it on. It's not even an issue, it just did that. Then you wait. Pet the cat while you're waiting. Scratch your head under her chin. So cute. Very chunk though. Like very chunk. Still waiting. Still waiting. Cat's still being petted. How long am I gonna have to stay here for, huh? She liked it when my old computer took forever to load, as you can tell. She's not a fan of the new one. Oh? Yeah, and just random problems like these happen. I don't know if I've had this problem before. %, complete. Yeah, well, you get the idea, all right? It ran Windows 7 Professional, and it could run nothing better. Hey, it went up to 2%. Yeah, this thing ran Minecraft at 10 to 15 frames, and every so often would just drop to 0 for a minute or two before slowly making its way back up. It was not YouTube ready. So first on the list, new computer. I began saving and over several months maybe got half of what I needed, but luckily for me my birthday came around and with it the rest of the money I needed. And so I got this awesome thing. Now I'm not going to go into specs or anything, and I know it's still a laptop, but among laptops, this thing is a beast. I was now ready to start my channel. I had been working on a survival world for quite some time, and I got into the stronghold, but I had saved the invite for my first intro video. Cause, well, you see, after 8 years, I still hadn't beat the Ender Dragon legit. I was a world hopper, okay? Just let me have this. So anyway, I recorded it, and yeah, it turned out like this. I can like speak backwards, all of that stuff. As you just saw, I had no idea what I was doing, so with a little bit of research on how to use OBS, I hopped into Hypixel and did my intro over some Skywars. Which went, well, a lot worse than a Technoblade video. If you ever get the chance to watch it, don't. It's not worth the cringe. In fact, please just save me the trouble of not watching it for my sake. Please, please, please don't watch it. So anyway, I wanted to do some gameplays as well, not just reviews, and thanks to my new computer, I could play some PC games that I couldn't on any of my other consoles. And of course, as if it was any question, the first thing I tried was Portal. And I had the same problem with the Portal video as I did with my first one. I'm sorry, Radio, but this is where we part ways. I know neither of us want to, but it's for your own good. You cannot pass the barrier. Goodbye. I will miss you. Only in reverse. But I learned how to fix it. For real this time. I hope. And kept on keeping on. Now I've done some other series like RLCraft and Pixelmon, but I'm still not sure what my niche is. I do a lot of Minecraft, but I don't know if that's all I want to do. And I have a lot of non-Minecraft videos planned for the near future. Next month. Let's Plays are easy to record and edit, but not many people watch them these days. No complaint though, I only really watch Let's Plays on games I haven't played before, and if it's only one of my favorite content creators making it. But at the same time, challenges and reviews take a lot of work, which I'm willing to do. I mean, I put a lot of work in my videos, but I can't really get the weekly uploads that I want. Which, by the way, the weekly uploads help with the algorithm. Otherwise, I wouldn't really worry about it. Alright, this last bit here is more for future me to look back on, but feel free to stick around, even if it's just for the background game I'm dubbing this over. Right now, I have 19 subscribers, and things just started picking up. Last month, I was lucky if I got 15 views, maybe 17. But my second Pixelmon video got a record-breaking 40. And the third one smashed that record with a sledgehammer, getting me 120 in the first 3 days. The only problem with it was watch time, which for some reason is just barely over a minute on average, but I have some ideas that might help with that. The hardest part about being a small channel is probably not having a community. I almost wish I had a hater just so it would show me what I'm doing wrong in my videos. because I know there's something. I just can't place my finger on it. Well, maybe hater is a strong term. I guess I just need someone to critique me, regardless of whether or not they like the video. Random, Apex, and Kitty are helping massively with this, don't get me wrong. And just by watching Apex's video, I've improved my editing massively. But still, they know me and have gotten used to the way I speak and do things. They're still a massive help though, I'm not downplaying all of that. I just want some more opinions from people I don't personally know well. I didn't think I'd had 19 subscribers after a year, but I wasn't really sure how many I'd have, so can't really say I'm disappointed. All in all, I'm glad I started the channel, and here's to another year.